Welcome to Victory Achieved Gaming. This is Owen, also known as Immortalion.
And I am Caitlin. Here's my hand wave.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. So we are back to do another Steam review guessing. It's been quite a while, but we had an
Yeah.
opportunity today, so I thought we'd go ahead because I think it'd be great to
It's nice to have him
get
as a
back to it.
backup in case anything goes wrong.
Yeah, and I also enjoy just doing them as well. I want to see more like Steam review guessing videos on YouTube, and I don't. There's some, but like
Not
not
many.
that many.
That's true.
Without
What
any
was
further-
your... Okay, it's been a couple of months. What was your record? Because you still never got that 10.
My record is 9 out of 10.
That's right, yeah.
I've gotten up to 9 out of 10. I think my lowest was 3 out of 10.
Yeah, that was a bad one. But I think, wasn't there like a few weird ones in there?
Mm.
So, we'll start. So
Yeah,
this
let's
one
get
is
it.
from Chirpy. They have 8.7 hours on record. They recommended the game, so they liked it. And it was posted on the 14th of September, which I'm assuming was last September.
Yep.
So 2024. So they said, I recommend this game. If you are a fan of Zelda, Hollow Knight might be a bit easy, but it's a vibe for sure. So it's not Zelda, it's not Hollow Knight, but it's like them.
Well, it's certainly not Zelda because Zelda isn't on PC.
Yeah.
So it's saying it's like Zelda. It's like Hollow Knight. There's a few options for this, you see, and that's why I'm a bit worried. The only thing I can really go off of actually is if you look at the hours played, 8.7. Like that's not
That's a short
that
game.
long.
That's a short game.
So a couple of options that popped through my head. So you could have something like Blue Fire, I think is what it's called. Am I right with that? I hope I'm right. You have Death's Door. That's
I've
another
heard
one.
of Death's Door.
Mm-hmm. Those are the first two that come to mind. So I guess by your logic last time, you were telling me like to try to go with my gut. It'd be one of those two. So there's no mention of it being a 3D platformer, but it's also saying a bit easy. Actually, the bit easy part makes me lean more towards Death's Door because I think Blue Fire is quite challenging. So I'm gonna
final
go with
guess?
Death's Door.
It is Do.
Oh,
Oh, so this person disagrees with you. He thinks Blue Fire was easy.
okay. Well, I already got one wrong. Well,
Wrong.
what can you do, huh?
Okay, so you're not getting. So Owen is not getting the 10 out of 10 today.
Nope.
So
Never gonna get it
I
apparently.
know. So this one is from Glear. It has 40.8 hours on record.
At 21.9 at the time
At the
of
time of
review.
review, yeah. And this is also posted on the 14th of September.
Oh wow.
So, bro, I bloody love this game. It's solid, 9 out of 10. And Pokemon should take some tips. It has a good style, good story, and good enemies. I remember seeing him playing the demo and immediately fell in love wanting the full game. And now that I have it, it's really great. So you should play it. Did you read? Is this Pal World?
No, I've never played Pal World.
Because I was thinking, you haven't played Pal World.
No, I haven't. So there's this. So what I'm really trying to go off of here is the mention of a demo. Because a couple of games popped into my head, but a couple of them don't have demos. So
And it's also like Pokemon.
it's like Pokemon. Well, that's the big thing. So it's a creature collector.
Is it Digimon?
So Digimon is an option. The only thing is with that Digimon that's there, I don't think there was a demo.
Okay.
Unless there was a demo on another platform, not on PC, definitely. So the only Digimon game that's there is Digimon World Next Order. But I don't think there was a demo of that.
I
So
love the fact I'm guessing with you because this one has me confused. Because I was like,
I don't think Temtem had a demo. It did have a beta, so I don't know if they'd call it call the beta a demo. It probably wouldn't really.
some people might. I don't know.
So there's Koromon. Koromon, I think, might have had a demo.
And was it better than Pokemon?
There was a couple of aspects that were better than Pokemon. Overall, I probably wouldn't say.
This person says it's better than Pokemon.
Well, they're saying Pokemon should take some tips. Like, for instance, I would say that I think the story of it's better than Pokemon's.
Okay, fair. Well, yeah, the story of Pokemon is when you turn 10, your parents kick you out of the house and send you on a journey.
So I'm going to hope that they're not talking about the beta for Temtem and that they're talking about an actual demo. Also, I'm hoping I'm not missing out on another creature collector. Let's go with, what did I say, Koromon?
Kuroman. Do.
There we go, yes. So
Okay.
the demo was the big help there. Because
One for one.
There's a few others that, that there could have been, but the demo part, I was like, I think only one of them's had a demo. So that was good. I was able to work it out using that.
Okay, so this one is also recommended. It's by I don't know, yeah, not bother pronouncing that.
They're probably using one as that I, so I'd say
Maquette, yeah, maybe, yeah. So they have 35.2 hours on record. This is posted in July of 2022, and they recommended it. Yoo-hoo! A very unexpected masterpiece for me. This game feels like a simplified Diablo, but also with interesting quests and characters. I've been playing this game for 2 weeks, and it took me 35 hours. I got completely lost in it. Okay, so they completed it, I'm guessing, within 35 hours.
Yeah, and at first I wasn't sure what to think. But, so when they say simplified Diablo, I wonder, are they talking about the combat system? They're talking about interesting quests and characters, which is usually something that games like Diablo don't usually... Like, the quests and characters are kind of secondary. So I'm thinking this game leans more into the quests and characters, less than the combat, maybe. And that makes me think of a game called Divine Divinity, which is a game that a lot of people like to make fun of the name, Divine Divinity. It's not very original name, is it?
Not really.
So... But I think it could be that. It plays a bit like Diablo in the sense that you're clicking and getting the character to go over and do an auto attack and stuff. But then the quests are a lot more complex than something you'd see in Diablo. So I'm going to go with Divine Divinity.
Okay. Divine Divinity. Woohoo! You're right.
Yes. Okay. So the fact that it played like Diablo but mentioned the quests and characters, that was what secured that for me.
Okay, this is a short one that recommended 34.2 hours by Rotato Rojo, whatever. It was posted in 2015, so an old one.
Yep.
It's all fun and games until Morse code gets involved.
I'm pretty confident about this one.
Okay, what's the answer?
I think this is Keep Talking, Nobody Explodes.
Keep talking, nobody explodes?
Yep.
Yeah, it is. Okay, keep talking.
Oh no, it was Eep Talking and Nobody Explodes.
It's keep talking, nobody explodes.
Just making a joke.
So that was clearly your easiest one.
Yeah, because, I mean, Morse code, like...
Right, how many's that now? So you got 3 right, is it?
I think so, and
Yeah,
1 wrong.
So that's 4.
4 out of 5.
So this is the 5th one. Okay, so this one's also recommended. It's from Yowie? I don't know. They're 12 hours on record.
I'm pretty sure they pronounce it Yowie.
Oh, could be Yowie.
Which Yowie could be written like that because it means something else. But
Yeah, okay. This is published in December of 2021. Easier than Dark Souls. You can choose between 6 upgradable weapons and 4 shelled armors that have their own passives. There's no Estus flask, so good luck.
So, I mean, the shells thing gives it away immediately. This is Mortal Shell. Sorry, folks, but
Yeah.
there wasn't really anything I could do to like add drama to that. It was like as soon as I mentioned shells, I was like,
okay, Mortal Shell. Okay, yeah. So that's 4 out of 5. So question number 6, recommended by is that Sir? It's a bit small. So.
Soroldas?
Soroldas. Okay, it was back in September as well, but not the 14th. This time it's the day before, the 13th.
Oh.
Men, I can't believe Konami.
Well, first off, it's 41.1 hours.
Oh, 41.1 hours. Man, I can't believe Konami released a perfect port. All of the 3DS games work perfectly. The annoying touchscreen thing in Dawn of Sorrow is so much better now that I kind of enjoy it, and a whole new game with a perfectly priced collection that is not overpriced at all. Yeah, I think Konami is finally back. Just hoping they bring Harmony of Despair to PC. So I think they kind of
first off, yeah, this
series
has
now.
very clearly told me what this is. But a couple of things. First off, Soraldus, I will say Konami, they did good with this, but they have a long way to go before they're actually back. Because they've still messed up so many other things. They've screwed the pooch in so many things. How much do you know about Konami?
Have I played any of their games?
Have you played any Silent Hill?
I know I played a little bit Silent Hill with my friends, but I never owned it. But
Metal Gear?
I know of Metal Gear, but I never played Metal Gear. So I like Silent Hill. Yeah, I think Silent Hill is getting remastered or something. I heard something news about Silent Hill recently enough.
There was a remake of Silent Hill 2.
Yeah,
So maybe that's it. Castlevania?
I know of Castlevania, but I never played it. But I know of it. Yes.
Suikoden?
No, I never heard of that one. So that's the first one I haven't heard of.
Okay. I'm surprised because Suikoden is a JRPG series, you see, so I would have thought of all of them.
Maybe I should look it up.
But anyway, so they do a bunch of those games.
Okay.
And they've really screwed the pooch on a lot of things in the past, to the point where a lot of people hate them.
Okay.
But they did do a good re-release of this, and this is pretty obvious. They gave a name of a game for one, Dawn of Sorrow, and they also
It's a collection, so at least
it's a
two.
collection.
So it's either 2 or 3 games.
and they mentioned it was three DS games and a brand new game.
Also 4 games.
So there's a lot here. This is, I have to remember the specific name, Castlevania Dominus Collection.
Castlevania Dominus Collection.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot that was good about it. They did actually rejig it so that it worked very well, not on the DS. And it was reasonably priced. You got the 3 DS games, you got a kind of an arcade game back in the day a lot of people hated, but then a remake of it that improved it a lot. So that's technically 5. 2 versions of that arcade game, you see. $29.99.
That's for 5 games. That's nothing.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, but like, come on, divide that by 5.
Well, yeah, but again, one of them is an arcade game that a lot of people hate.
Yeah, but
So-
still, it's a game.
Yeah, you can get 41.1 hours out of it because those first 3 games are pretty chunky. So it's definitely a good re-release. I was happy that Konami did it, but they still have a long way to go, in my personal opinion.
Okay, so question number 7. 12 hours, 0.7 on record, posted back in 2021. It's from C-Bones Links. He also recommended Linux. Okay, he also recommended it. Rufus has either grown on me or changed in a positive way. I enjoyed the reference to prior games. The gameplay itself was annoying at times. Sorry, excuse me. Although this is a point and click, so that it's mostly to be expected.
So this is 12.7 hours.
It's point and click.
A point and click. They gave us the
A
main
name.
character's name,
Rufus.
Rufus. I was about to do some references to some of the things he says, but then I realized you would not get any of them. He's just always like, Rufus, Rufus. Like, he's very, like, narcissistic.
Okay.
And I would... so I'm suspecting... Okay, so this is from a video game series called Deponia. It's from the same people who did Edna and Harvey. In fact, it's actually from the same creator as Edna and Harvey.
Okay.
But it's quite different. It's sci-fi for one. But I suspect, because you see, you have the original trilogy of games as one entry on this list. It's just called The Complete Journey because of the re-release that they did. But they also did a sequel to it called Deponia Doomsday. And the fact that they're saying, I enjoyed the references to prior games, the fact that it's only 12.7 hours, which actually 12.7 hours for a point and click is actually a pretty respectable length, I think. I think this is Doomsday. Deponia Doomsday. I hope I'm remembering that right. Yes.
Yeah.
So, yes, that was the 4th and final Deponia game.
I'm going to be honest, if that first question didn't fuck you up completely, this would be probably could have got the 10 because I feel like all these other questions you've gotten very fast.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next, actually, this is going to be the first not recommended game. And there's no name, so sorry.
That is interesting.
Oh, there is a name, sorry. It's Muckelchin? Muckelchin, okay. And it's from June of last year.
They have 4.6 hours.
4 points. So they either didn't finish it because they hated it so much, or the game is that short.
I can go over it more in detail.
Yeah. So a collection of 10-hour games. They did not finish it. Yeah.
Well, these are pretty short power games.
Okay. Yeah, it's quite cheap, but I still don't think this. I think this worth it. Most of the games are not scary at all, and are often boring, tedious, and even buggy. Some of them I would still rate negative if they would release for free standalone. Just 2 or 3 of the games are good, and one of them, The Pony Factory, you can even buy standalone.
You can? That's the first that I'm aware of. The first time I've heard that you can buy that by itself.
Oh, we already know which one it is. Jesus.
So, I mean, this is pretty obvious. It's a collection of 10 horror games. So, it's called the Dread X Collection. It's from a company called Dread XP.
Okay.
Which they are... I think they're part of a website. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, Dread Central.
Okay.
Which is a company that they report on horror news, but they also invest in some horror movies. And obviously now they have their own game division.
Mm-hmm.
And what they were doing with this, and this is, to be fair, first off, is it the Dread X collection? I'd be shocked
Yeah,
if it isn't. But anyway, just to quickly touch on the Dread X collection. So this is 10 games. They come from like indie developers.
Okay.
The idea was to be more experimental, to try
And
new
I'm
things.
guessing they were bad.
I thought they were fine.
Fine.
There's some very good ones in there. There's also some that I didn't care for.
I think because it's 10 games, it's kind of harsh to give it a thumbs down. There should be like a middle one that's like meh on Steam. There should be one that isn't a thumbs up or a thumbs down, kind of in between.
Well, they have
like this, like one like that.
Yeah, there is no sideways thing. Some people use informational app for that, but
Yeah, but like they should maybe have another one to be like, it's not bad, it's not like I don't recommend it. It's like meh.
that would be good to have on there. All right.
I think that would be handy because like
Some of the games you can get done in 15 minutes, and then other ones take a bit like over an hour or something to
Because
do.
he said he liked 2 or 3 of them. I'd say it could be like a meh kind of.
Maybe. You see, I was thinking that those could be good for maybe when it comes to Halloween or something because they're very quick to do.
Ooh, we can try that. We'll try that.
We could make each one its own episode.
We'll do it for next Halloween. We'll have to figure out. We'll have to record it in the summer though.
Possibly, yeah. Probably, yeah. That's a good point.
We'll have to probably record it like in the summer. I'll come over the summer.
But anyway, so I think I picked up a bundle in which I got the 5 Dread X collections. So I haven't actually gotten around to the second one yet, but I do have it on my favorites list. I was impressed with some of the games in the first Dread X collection.
Okay. That's fair.
So I think if you can get it for a good price,
And it's 10 games. Like
it's worth trying out. There is a couple of games, there are 2 or 3 that I really didn't like. But, that's only 2 or 3 that I really didn't like out of them. A couple of them didn't care for. And then there were some that actually I thought were like very good.
yeah.
So
So this one is recommended. It's 6.6 hours on record. It's by Chi Chi. I can pronounce that. Chi Chi.
that's the name of the...
She's from Shabbats. Yeah. Her name is Chi in Shabbats.
Wait, what's the name of your one
Freya.
from Dragon Ball? The wife of Goku.
Boomy. Like.
No, Bulma is
Bulma, no.
Bulma, sorry.
Bulma.
Bulma is the other
Oh
one.
yeah. Oh, I don't know what her name is.
I thought she was Chi-Chi as well.
When I think of Chi, I think of Chi from Shabbats. I told you I want.
Doesn't Chi-Chi mean father in
I
Japanese?
don't know, but I know her. Well, Chi is just Chi, and I think it has 2 eyes.
I thought it was Chi-Chi and Haha, because Haha is mother.
But no, I meant like no. But I know in Shabbats, she has 2 eyes, so it's just Chi.
Oh, it's an elongated
Chi.
one.
It's just Chi. But it's not Chi Chi. It's just Chi, and it's like CHII.
Okay.
But I do know like
It's been a while since I read Choppets.
like
so.
I like want to draw a clamp tattoo of like the clamp work.
So anyway, we better get back to
Yeah.
this.
So this is recommended. 6.6 hours on record. It was from 2017. It's from Chi Chi, as I said. So Amnesia games are at its best. They recently updated the game, and it's definitely worth going through it again. The puzzles are very smart, even though some of them are hard to solve because you sometimes miss something on the screen. The art is cute as usual with Amnesia. No dialogue, just pictures. If you liked, what is that?
Botanicula.
Or the Sam Roast series, you should play this game as well.
Okay, so the giveaway here, I think, is the fact that as far as I'm aware, I think I only have one Amnesia game on the list.
Okay.
So it's going to have to be that one.
Which is it?
Machinarium.
Okay, but is that your final guess?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you, just to quickly just explain about it. So I actually played that on stream.
Okay.
And it is a very good game. There's some aspects of it that I don't like. One thing is probably my biggest issue with it, because there's a lot that's really good in it, is that it seems to have these predefined walk points where it's like you can't walk in between them. You have to walk to like this specific spot.
Okay.
And that felt weird to me. But then there's a lot, like the art style is gorgeous. I do think the story is really cool, how there's no dialogue, it's just pictures. So there's like a lot of like putting the story together. There's some very clever puzzles in there. It even has a little like encyclopedia thing you can do where it shows you some pictures to help you like solve certain puzzles if you get stuck, but you have to do like a mini game to even access it in the first place. So it's kind of cool. I would recommend it. I just wish that it was maybe not so rigid feeling when you're like clicking around and stuff. Nothing to say about that?
No, not really. I don't know the game. It just sounds nice. This is recommended. It's the last question. So, are you going to get 9 out of 10 today? Because you're not getting 10 out of 10. It's always like the first question that fucks you up.
Often, yeah.
Yeah, so it's 1.4 hours of record, posted last June. It's from Guy.
Some guy.
It's basically a puzzle platformer. The gameplay changes at sporadic intervals, but it's only ever one button. You'll probably beat it in one sitting because it's fun, but it's also short. But clearly you completed it in just over an hour.
Well, this person did, yeah. Now, here's the thing. This is what I'm trying to figure out. So, there's a lot of platformers on the list. The gameplay changes at sporadic intervals, but it's only ever one button. So, that's the tricky part to me. Because I'm just trying to think back to puzzle platformers where the gameplay shifts. It's 1.4 hours, so it's not the one I'm thinking of there, because that's too short for it. I'm actually a little stumped here. So it's a puzzle platformer, so you're faced with a puzzle and you have to platform in a very specific way in order to complete these levels. It's very short, 1.4 hours. The gameplay changes, but there's only ever one button. I'm actually stumped here. What puzzle platforms are there on the list? I don't think any of the, I don't think Inside or Limbo are on the list. Okay, I'm going to, it's weird. I'm going more in my head off of the time more than anything else. So I don't know if this is right. It says it's basically a puzzle platformer. The gameplay changes sporadic intervals. I don't know if they're just meaning introducing new mechanics and stuff. There is a game called Comp.
Okay.
QOMP. I don't know if it is. This is, besides the first one, this is the first one I'm not confident about at all. So
You just take a guess.
I could be wrong. This could be 8 out of 10, but
What's the guess? Comp?
that's what I'm guessing. Oh, okay, it is. Okay.
And you're right. It's Comp. Okay, so it's 9 out of 10 because you...
Okay, I was very unsure about it because when they said the gameplay changes, to me, what that means in that game, at least from what I remember, new mechanics, as in because so Comp is basically, you know the game Pong?
Yeah.
So it's like, what if that little dot that is going between the paddles, what if that decided to make a run for it?
The dot's a ball. It's a ping pong ball.
Oh, sure, okay, a ball. If the ball decided to make a run for it.
Okay, that's interesting.
So you're manipulating the world so that the ball is getting through the world without dying.
Okay.
It is quite fun. It is very short. I think I might have actually beaten it in one session all right. But it's a game that I would recommend, folks. It's short, so get it on
I feel
sale,
like I'd struggle in it, knowing me, but
well, it's on the list, so maybe one day you can actually do it. So
we'll find out.
So that was a 9 out of 10, folks. Obviously, and what hurts as well is the fact that the very first game, I had 2 options and I chose the wrong one. The other one was the right one.
You I think you were thinking it was Blue Flame originally, and I think we just
Blue Fire.
Blue Fire. We discussed this before. You always change your mind.
Well, no, I had the 2 in my head at the same time. You see, and the reason I went with Death's Door was the fact that it didn't mention any platforming. Because, well, I guess the Hollow Knight could imply the platforming.
Yeah, I consider Hollow Knight type.
But Hollow Knight's definitely a platformer.
Yeah.
I guess more if we're talking Zelda-like, I would think Death's Door was more Zelda-y to me.
Maybe that's why.
But Blue Fire also has a good essence of Zelda in it as well. So I think the Zelda thing threw me off. I should have focused less on the Zelda and more on the Hollow Knight.
Probably. Yeah.
But
still, another 9 out of 10. You'll get that 10 out of 10 eventually.
And we still had some good discussions about some of these games and all that stuff. So
you'll get it eventually.
Hopefully you folks have enjoyed watching me do this. As usual, it was quite a bit of fun to figure out. That last one was quite fun because of the fact that I actually didn't, I was unsure. It took me a while to get
because a lot of the other ones you were pretty sure.
Yeah. Usually they had a character's name in it or something like that. But anyway, so hopefully you folks have enjoyed watching that. Of course, if you are interested in these types of videos, of course, leave it a like. It would be greatly appreciated. Leave a comment if you have anything to say. And of course, check out some of the other Steam review guestings as well as some of our other content on the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. You can go ahead and also check out my streams every Sunday, sometimes Saturday, if I'm unavailable on Sunday, around 2 p.m. Irish time. You can also check out my work on UK Anime Network, a website that covers a wide variety of Japanese media. We're talking anime, manga, video games, toys, live action films, etc. I'm covering some interesting content on there right now, so definitely go check that out. Anyway, this has been Owen, also known as Immortalium.
And Caitlin.
And bye-bye!
Bye.